He's the voice of Resistance Radio. He also is the founder of the Houston Free Thinker Club. If there are free thinkers, and he's the also is active on Free Thinker Radio as well. Both his radios are available on the internet. I bring to you Derrick Broze. Welcome, Derrick Broze. Come on up here.
Hello everybody. As Tom said, I am Derrick Broze. I might be new to some of you guys. Some of you may have heard of the Houston Free Thinkers before. We've been around for about 2 years, and we've grown a lot. A lot of things have happened for me personally in my journey in activism and liberty and this truth movement. And the reason that I'm here to speak to you guys for Mr. Steve Susman and Zach Grady, the reason I'm here to talk about them is because early on in I guess you could say my career in activism, I met Steve, and then I met Zach shortly thereafter, actually participating in an End the Fed planning meeting. One day on the internet I saw something about an End the Fed movement in Houston. I was interested in it. I chose to go check out the meeting. Steve was one of the first people that said hello to me and basically welcomed me into the group, and also warned me about maybe some unfriendly people involved in that movement and that meeting. And shortly after, he kind of came into the Houston Free Thinkers as well, and he supported us since the beginning. We've grown a lot, like I said. And then at the End the Fed rally in 2010, I met Zach Grady. I was there with some friends, passing out information, trying to network and trying to meet other people who are active in this movement, other people who care about freedom and care about not only ending the Fed, but just reining back the government, bringing them back under control, back, the power back to the people. And Zach was there as well with similar ideas. Zach was there simply just passing out DVDs of documentaries and information that he thought were valuable and that people needed to hear. And I took some of those DVDs from Zach, and a friendship has grown from both these two men that I'm proud to know and proud to be here supporting. So one more time, really quickly, let's give our hands up for Zach Grady and Steve Susman. Both these people are taking the time to run against Pete Olson, and also to try to keep Ron Paul's seat about freedom and about liberty. Steve, actually, to show you just an example of what kind of guy he is, just this morning, myself, some of the Houston Free Thinkers, we were downtown fighting the Houston Metro to try to keep the TSA off Houston's buses. And to let you know, we were successful. The TSA will not be on Houston's buses. And that man right there, Steve Susman, was there with us on April 21st, I believe it was, to fight against them. They're the kind of people that don't just run for office, don't just ask for money. Zach is still our DVD man for the Houston Free Thinkers. We get thousands of DVDs and go and put them out in high-packed places with people and pass out information. That is completely supplied by Zach Grady. And like I said, Steve Susman's always willing to lend a hand and come out and get involved. And these are the kind of people that we need in office. We need people who recognize the issues and are ready to take them on. One other thing I want to touch on this is within our movement, the liberty movement, the truth movement, whatever you want to call it, however you want to identify yourself, there are tons of solutions that are talked about. Everything that ranges from the systems collapsing, give it up, go hide, get your land, get ready. There's nothing we can do. There's some people that choose to take that approach, and there's others that choose to fight with constitutional principles within the system and think that there is ways that we can save the little bit that's left of our freedom. I would argue that whatever approach you choose to take, we need to take all of them. Whether you're Jordan Page and you're playing music and trying to get the message out that way, or you're running for office, or you're an activist on the street, or you're a radio show host, or you just post Facebook articles, whatever it is that you do, we have to recognize that we are being attacked in every single way possible. Our freedoms are under attack through the internet, on the streets, on the buses, on the planes. Every way they can, they are trying to take away liberty and freedom and destroy the Constitution of this country, and we need to fight on every ground that we can too. And that includes running for office. So there are those who would dismiss the local elections. You know, me myself, I have a long distrust for government. I guess you could just say I've just kind of grown up that way. I've always had this feeling. I think most of you out there, whether you were politically aware or not, or maybe before you became politically aware or awake, you just knew that something wasn't right within our country. And I kind of had that feeling, and never really have sought to give the government any of my trust or respect, even to want to vote into an election, a local election. But if you know anything about Ron Paul, we see that there can be success, that we can push the message of freedom into the mainstream and force them to talk about the truth about what's going on in this country, that our Constitution is under attack, and that there are more and more of us than we realize. Within our communities, there are plenty of good people who are awake to what's going on. There are plenty of people who have ideas. Personally, through my activism and what we try to do with the Houston Freethinkers is to build community. I believe that the best step we can take towards eliminating these people, these tyrants, out of our government and from taking our freedoms away is to just to get to know each other, to come out to events like this and actually talk to people, you know, to learn what your neighbors care about, what they're about, and to not live in fear, the fear that they would like you to live in, which is to suspect everyone around you of being a terrorist, suspect everyone around you of being against you, and to believe that everybody thinks that Ron Paul is crazy, and that the message of liberty doesn't fit with us. But I know that you guys know that that is false, and like I said, within our communities, there are plenty of good people who are running for office, good men and women who are running for office, and any success that we can manage makes it a lot easier for us to fight for freedom in the long run. So in closing, I just want to say, if you support freedom, if you support liberty, and you want to keep Houston and keep Texas free, vote for Susman, vote for Grady, and vote for liberty. Thank you guys.